think zines are really neat. Here's a few zines I read last week.
What's up? My name is Billy McCall. Today is January 31st, 2026, and here's a few zines I've been reading recently. Become pen pals with Fishspit. He sent me Wiseblood number 37. Wiseblood is like a rambling, ranting, here's all these crazy things that happened to me, and here's a wild story, and it's very stream of consciousness and jumps around a lot, and it's just kind of like fun stories to read. He's like up to like the 70s. This is an old issue. I don't know what year this is from, but he had read some stories about my cats, and so he sent me his cat issue with this awesome, disgusting, crazy cover, which is like one of the dopest covers I've seen in a while. But yeah, this is all stories about like him cat sitting and how much cats love him and how he lost a cat, but he didn't lose the cat. The cat ran away. It wasn't his fault. Super cool, fun read. If you know him, ask for it by name. Up in Vancouver, I picked up these little zines called Little Buddies Magazine, and I bought them because I thought they were really cool. They have all these pictures of anthropomorphic foods and fruits and vegetables, and from advertising, like cartoon, like popsicle sticks and cartoon food. Yeah, there you go, popsicle sticks. Dude, these are at a laundromat, and then I noticed like a lot of these are from Chicago, and then I realized that these zines are old zines. Well, I don't know what year, 2012, but these are by Eddie Fake, someone that I used to know or had met a few times in Chicago, worked at Quimby's a few times. So I was in Vancouver and I found a zine by someone that I know in Chicago. This one is all about dental work. It's all about teeth. It's like 1,000 drawings of teeth. So these were $5 each, and they're totally weird and totally cool. And I just like all these like weird drawings of, you know, characters, like inanimate objects as if they were alive and had, you know, personalities. I think the drawings are so cool, and having them in a little collection is so cool. So I like those a lot. Read this, Girl to the Front. This is by Missy Kulik, who I review one of her zines like every week. It seems like this is like a full-fledged fanzine, cardstock cover, hand-drawn in, colored sunglasses there. This is all, lots of cute drawings. This is all about concerts and going to concerts, going to shows, going to see Morrissey. Sitting up in the balcony is way cooler than being down in front getting squished in a mosh pit. You know, it's going to shows when you're not a teenager anymore. It's got all these, like, you know, concert ticket stubs, all that stuff, some photos. This is available far and wide. You gotta check it out. It's really great. One of my favorites I've read in a while. And then last but not least, I Lived Here. This is by Andrea, who used to do We'll Never Have Paris. Andrea lives in New York, but she's lived in lots of different places. And this is a new zine series. It's important for me to talk about this because I'm going to be writing issue number 2. And I think she wants a different person to write every issue. So she's going to be kind of like the editor, and then every issue will be written by a different person. So she wrote this, I Lived Here. She talks about Portland, when she lived in Portland for 5 years. I'm probably going to talk about Chicago. I've lived in a lot of different places, but you know, if you know me, you know that I love Chicago. But anyway, this is all stories about being in her 20s and living in Portland, which Portland seems like a great place to live when you're in your 20s. But stories about starting her first bands and, you know, meeting different people and doing on these different adventures. And, you know, when you're in your 20s, it's like, oh, I decided to move to Montana. No, I decided not to move to Montana. I'll stay in Portland and I'll change houses. And now I have a roommate, and now I don't have a roommate. And now I got fired from a job, and I started school and I quit school. And just like, you know, it's your 20s. Couple little illustrations, mostly just stories about Portland. If you know nothing about Portland, it's still just good stories. If you have some connection to Portland, you're going to be really hyped on the intersections and the history and, you know, this crossroad, and I took this bus to this part of town. So if you have a Portland connection or you live in Portland, you're going to love this. But even if you don't, I think you'll love it anyway. That's it. Talk to you later. Bye.